Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Curtin Christina, and y'all are on Life as Curtly. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. We're talking about labor and delivery, and then I have like a couple questions that you guys probably will have that I've seen on viewing my video. So we're just going to get into it. If you see me looking over, I wrote down a few things on a tablet here, so that way I don't forget answering these questions for you guys. But first, I'm going to talk about labor and delivery. But here we are. Here's Miss Mamas. For those who don't know, I had a girl. But we're going to get into this video, right? So the first one is how I went into labor. This goes along with the labor and delivery. So I had preeclampsia. So they had to induce me at 35 weeks. And we had her January the 24th, 2025. She was born early. Yeah, you weren't supposed to be born until February the 28th. And she was born January 24th. So that's a little on, how I went into labor. Labor itself, I mean, they had to induce me, so you guys can imagine how that felt. But I can say, an hour in, they had put like a balloon. I don't know the name of the balloon. They just called it a balloon, and up my hoo-ha. I don't know how graphic I can be on here, but they put a balloon up my hoo-ha and it would expand and it would fall out at 3 to 4 centimeters. And yeah, so we was there with that. A couple minutes into me getting a balloon, I had asked for the epidural because I'm already knowing they induced me. So yeah, I had asked for the epidural. So during the process of the balloon, I guess, expanding to 3 or 4 centimeters, I wasn't feeling any contractions during the whole time I was actually in labor because I had the epidural. Okay, fortune to it. But yeah, so that was the inducing part. Oh, and I also was on Pitocin. I think that's the name of it, Pitocin. And they went all the way up to 12. I don't, I couldn't feel any of it. So we got there on the 23rd. They started everything on the 23rd and laboring the whole day. Didn't feel anything because of the epidural. Had her at 8:13 on the 24th, 8:13 p.m. on the 24th of January, 2025. So that was like the experience today. I didn't feel any contractions or anything. That was that. My sister was there with me during the whole thing. But before any of this, my blood pressure wouldn't go down. That's what I was talking about. My blood pressure wouldn't go down because of the preeclampsia, so I had to be induced. I think I said that. My brain is just like wandering. But yeah. And it's a question on here that said how did it feel? Again, I couldn't feel anything because of the epidural. So yeah. I did have a natural birth, which was through vaginal. I pushed her out. I didn't have a C section, though I wanted one during the time. I might put a clip in here because of the epidural and the magnesium that I was on. I was just so weak, basically. I was really weak. Couldn't, felt like I just couldn't breathe. I was pushing and pushing and pushing. I was pushing for 3 hours. Pushing for 3 hours. And I was just over it because I couldn't feel anything. I didn't know if I was pushing, so 3 hours later. Um, yeah, but overall, the experience was great. My sister was there. She was a great help. The doctors was amazing. The nurses was amazing. Um, yeah, she had to go to the NICU because she was born at 35 weeks, but she only stayed in there a day. Delivery and stuff like that. I guess I could talk about the experience of that too. I did tear. Let's start there. I did tear. I did have to get stitches from the rooter to the tutor. If y'all know what that means, yes, I did. I had to get stitches. It was a lot. Yeah, after delivery, they will come in the room quite a lot. To push on your stomach, ask you a bunch of questions, check your blood pressure. They had to check mine constantly because of the preeclampsia. My blood pressure would not go down, even after the medicine a little bit on what I was on. So that was the only reason why it probably went down because of the medicine that they gave me. Um, yeah, but they will come in the room a lot. They will make you pee. Um, Again, for that first day, I was on high blood pressure medicine, and then I was on my seizure medicine. I was just on medicine after medicine because of this high. For that first, the day that I gave birth and the day after, she was in the NICU, but she was ready to go that same day that she got to the NICU. I couldn't get her because of the medicine I was on. It just made me weak. I couldn't lift anything. Y'all see it in the labor and delivery. To be honest with you, I had a catheter in the day I gave birth. Well, really, from the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th, I had a catheter in because of the medicine. I really couldn't lift anything. It was hard for me to pull the table over to me. It was hard for me to push it back. It really was hard for me to even, you know, feed myself for real, for real. But I could do it. So she passed everything. So that was great news. But yeah, that was the only reason why she was in the NICU for a whole day. And then I had stitches. But other than that, it was great. I didn't really feel any pains after birth. I did breastfeed up until she was 2 months. She's 4 months now. I know this video is long overdue. Long overdue. I was getting adjusted to being a new mom and figuring out what she like and what she don't like and what I actually like and what I don't like. Just getting adjusted to this whole mommy life. I have a couple questions. It says after labor, I answered like some of it here, but after labor, they will come in the room a whole lot, especially in my case because I have seizures and then I had preeclampsia, so they had to come in quite often. It seemed like every 10 to 15 minutes they would come in the room. Said, how how did you feel? I I felt good, to be honest with you, because of the medicine I was on. I couldn't really feel anything, which was a plus. Because it said, did you tear? Yes, I did tear from the rooter to the tutor. It was a lot of stitches. That I did feel. How's being a new mom? Being a new mom so far is actually pretty good. The first 2 months of her being born, she did cry a lot. The first week or two, I give her 3 weeks. She didn't cry. 3 weeks on up until she was 2 months. Baby. She cried, 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 cried because she was allergic to my breast milk. Well, she couldn't tolerate my breast milk for real, for real. So I had to switch her milk, which I completely did on my own. The Natrogen. I don't know if you guys can see that or if the light is glaring off of it, but I switched her to this, and it says brain development for food allergies, fast colic relief, which I didn't think she had colic, but breast milk and certain milks in general can give a baby colic, which I honestly didn't know that. Her doctor didn't fully explain to me that that could be a thing. I just thought she was allergic to the breast milk. So yeah, and they tested her um to see if she was allergic to the breast milk, and she was. So I switched her way before they even did all of that to the Natrogen, and the crying instantly stopped. And now she's just the happiest little baby. She smiles a lot. She is very bossy. She talks. She's waving. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if she's teething, but that's it's probably a little too early to say. But to me, she's teething because she's been chewing on my hands, also her hands, and every toy that she can get. I don't know if that, but it's all a part of getting, adjusted and learning on what is going on. Because I am a new mom. These are new things to me, even though I had nephews and everything else. Both it wasn't like okay. Was then the last question? It says, "Are you going through postpartum?" And I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. You guys see my hair? I was going to try to do my hair. I was going to try to get dressed. You know, I got these done on Mother's Day. No, the day after Mother's Day. I got these done on Monday, the day after Mother's Day. So, yeah, these are quite old. Today is May 29th. We're making this video on May 29th. So, yeah, it's about time for me to get these done over. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, to be completely honest, I feel like I am certain days. Certain days I'm like extremely happy, and certain days I'm just like, I'm tired. I am extremely tired. I need a break. I'm over this, basically. But I'm pushing through. I am talking to people. Just looking at her makes me happy. So I think I'm going through it, but I'm not going through it. I don't really know how to answer that question. Of being her mommy. She's such a cool baby. Yeah, you're such a cool baby. You know that? Let's sit you here. Yeah, you're such a cool baby. You are a cool baby. Do you know that? Yeah, you know it. You know it. You say yeah. You are everything and more. You are everything that I prayed for. Yeah. I didn't know the gender until I gave birth this whole time. And then she was delivered and they said a girl. And now I can't be more happier. Should we end the video? Did we answer all the questions? Yeah, that was my labor and delivery experience. Overall it was a great delivery. Great delivery. I can't complain. The only thing I said I could complain about was tearing and just being weak off the medicine. That was totally it. But the doctors, the nurses, my sister, everybody was amazing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Comment down below and make sure you guys comment. Y'all don't like to comment. Y'all don't like to engage with me. Any questions, concerns, tips, tricks, advice, anything. Comment down below.